everybody, and welcome back to another episode review for Yashahime, Princess Half Demon, episode 7. And if you are relatively new to the channel and haven't seen my episode reviews or discussions, whatever you want to call them, of this series previously, I don't really talk about every single thing like a complete recap. There's a lot of other people that do that and stuff like that. I kind of just want to give sort of my opinion of the episode, things that I thought were cool in it. And also, I'm not gonna really delve into like the preview of the next one. It's not really also what I do. So, there are other cool people that do it. Big shout out to my man Axel Beats. I can't promote that guy's channel enough. It's really good, but you came here to watch me, so why don't I just stop promoting other people and do some work myself here. So episode 7, I enjoyed this episode. I think that this was a cool tie-in to the very beginning of the series. It does lead into the events that we saw in episode 1, and I think it introduced some very interesting characters, and I think laid down the groundwork for the arc that is to come, or the storyline that is to come, with the remaining 3 perils and Kirinmaru, and I don't know if there's other people that are serving them and stuff like that. And we're still looking for this dream butterfly thing. I don't know how quick we're going to find this dream butterfly. I don't know if that's going to be just something that we get at the end, where everything's resolved and this cool little butterfly is flying by. There it is. I really hope that it's a little more epic than that. But yeah, so this episode was pretty cool. First thing that I did really want to talk about was Kirinmaru himself. And, we don't see a ton of him in the episode, just kind of just in this room where he's visited by one of the 3 perils, I believe, Kyuki, is that, if I'm saying the name correctly? Kyuki is another one of 3 perils, as we previously saw. With Takotsu, I believe was the bone guy, who we defeated previously. These are supposed to be these 4 really strong demons that were in service of, or given Pearl power by Kirinmaru. And Kirinmaru, I can't talk about an enemy or a villain antagonist in the world of in the Inuyasha world without my constant comparison to Naraku. Naraku is my favorite villain pretty much in anime history. I love him. Named the channel after him. Duh. Said that 1,000 times on here. Love Naraku for a ton of reasons, but so I did a little comparison, and I kind of like the sort of craftiness, I guess, or the just like manipulation aspect of sort of using these other individuals to sort of handle matters that you kind of dub as inferior to you. And we don't know if this guy has like some sort of like memory issue, or if it's just like a superiority complex kind of thing, because he seemingly doesn't remember Takotsu. I believe was the guy's name, the bone dude from previous, and because when Kyuki mentions Takotsu to him, she's like, Takotsu's been defeated. I can handle this, and he's like, well, who is this Takotsu person? She's like, well, he's one of the 4 perils, dude. You bestowed power to us. We served under you. He replies back, it's like, if he served under me, he must have been pretty powerful. So I don't know if it's just a complete like, he just doesn't care about people that are demons, I guess, that are less powerful than him, or if something is maybe the dream butterfly memory thing affects him in some way as well. I've seen on like Twitter and in other YouTube videos and stuff about this, that I guess this dude's voice actor is the same as the teacher, and I don't know if the teacher's name is similar or something like that, or has Kirin in it or something. So I don't know if that would be cool. I guess if that like ties into modern era stuff. Although the teacher didn't really seem to be that evil. So I don't know what. Maybe a little out of like left field with that, but maybe it's possible that I just missed something, but maybe he does tie in to the modern era. That would be pretty cool. We've seen descendants that like we go back to the feudal era, and there's people that look like people in present day, and it's clearly like a descendant or ancestor or whatever, that kind of deal. And Yasha does that a whole lot, and it's kind of cool that we're touching on it maybe a little bit in Yashahime. So Kirinmaru, cool. I haven't seen him really in action yet, but I do like this aspect of, and this is something that I did think about the anime Demon Slayer in this, where Demon Slayer, sets up this big, I guess minor spoilers for Demon Slayer if you haven't seen it at all. Basically sets up this like group of demons that serve under this other powerful demon guy. I'm trying to somewhat avoid spoilers here. That serve under like this higher power, right? And we're led to believe that this one dude is wicked, wicked strong. And while he does showcase his strength, there's this like kind of popular scene later on in the series where the superior guy like wipes out a bunch of his subordinates, like this like core group of like I think like 4 subordinates that were like I almost want to say pillars, but I think that's what the good guys are called. I don't know. That one scene where he killed like these 4 dudes and they were all trying to run away from him and freaking out and stuff like that. And these were supposed to be these 4 incredibly powerful demons, and were like literally absolutely no match for the demon lord guy. And that scene, I remember watching it and thinking like, man, that was cool, but at least like most of the time, like in Inuyasha, when you have an antagonist taking out another antagonist or punishing another antagonist, showcasing power against another antagonist, something like that, you at least saw some of what made the people getting wiped out like powerful. Like my problem in that Demon Slayer episode is that it just like he just wipes out these people who we don't even know. Like we're just told they're powerful. It's believable, sure, but he just crushes them like ants. It would have been much better if we gotten some showcase of their power, then they got crushed like ants, because then it's like it gives you sort of this like power scale kind of thing. And here, if Kirinmaru is so like if Takotsu, whatever his name was such an afterthought to Kirinmaru, and Takotsu, like, he did not, him and his is it Takotsu Maru is the son's name, and or Jakotsu Maru, something, I don't know. I'm probably mixing up names, but the Bony Boys, if they seemed pretty strong and had a really cool action sequence and an episode with them. If this guy's on just a whole nother scale, that's very interesting, and I think I like how we've at least gotten to see that. And Inuyasha did the similar stuff. This is not something that's new to the Inuyasha world, right? We have like stuff with the Band of Seven, and certainly very different power levels among the Band of Seven and stuff like that, and Naraku and his incarnations and stuff like that. So yeah, just something I think that Inuyasha does slightly better than like a lot of other anime, and it's just that little, just something that I like. I don't know if anybody else out there, if you've noticed something similar like that, or if you maybe you don't like it the way that I do. Let me know. But I do like that sort of showcase of power scale. I mentioned Kyuki briefly. Pretty cool design. I guess I like it. Little like bird girl thing. I don't know. I guess she's going to take it into her hands. Go after Sesshomaru's daughters, who we know is the twins of the series. So we'll see what goes on with that. Another interesting character I do want to talk about is Riku the pirate. Riku, who is this like pretty aloof person, who has this interaction with Toa, where he says he's trying to find the ocean. She leads him accidentally to a river. They have this like little picnic thing. He, interestingly enough, obviously I suppose say they, because we really don't know, I suppose, how Riku identifies, because they tell Toa that not to call them Mister. Just call me Riku the pirate or something. And it's interesting because I'm sorry, go to call Toa, dress them as like a boy, like Mister or the samurai. It was like Mister Samurai, and Toa obviously is a girl, and then Riku switches it to princess. She's like, I'm not a princess either. So it's an interesting, like, sort of back and forth of identity and stuff like that. Um, we don't know how Riku identifies, so I suppose we'll just use they for now. But Riku, interesting character, says that they're a pirate, doesn't steal from children or women, or only steals from shitty people, I guess. Eats this fruit, which they can't believe tastes so good because it's like a modern era apple. And comments on Toa's sword, and seemingly leaves her behind. I guess the real version of her sword that I'm assuming they plundered from somewhere. And Riku does say something along the lines of like, I don't know if they were. If they disappointed somebody above them, or they were just outcast by somebody above them, but it just seems like a very aloof personality with some interesting water bending type powers. They flick like this earring thing and can literally like control the water. And Riku says that, like, I think with focus or something, that anybody can do this. I don't know where that's entirely coming from, because as far as I know, we haven't seen any other individuals with this ability. The earring also sort of looks like a pearl kind of thing. So I'm going to go on a limb here and assume that Riku is probably connected to the perils in some regard, but we'll see where that goes. Interesting character, for sure. Then the rest of the episode just ties into what we saw in episode 1, where we have our cast sort of crashing into rescue Toa from being captured by the daimyo, the lord guy, and then dealing with the apparitions. One of the apparitions kind of cool. Reminded me of that like ice bear Pokemon that I can't remember its name. Not Ursaring. The one that's the big polar bear, and I can't remember it. Comment down below if you know that, and I can't remember it right now because I'm dumb. So, cool. It was cool to see Moroha and Setsuna's perspectives going into that event. And, I like that sort of tie-in. I like this episode overall. I think I was pretty satisfied with it. I think it's, like I said, laying down the groundwork. And Riku, interesting character. Kirinmaru, can't wait to find out more about him and the perils themselves. I would like to see some more about the Dream Butterfly, but like I said, I think that's going to kind of get pushed for later. But yeah. Let me know down below what you guys thought of this week's episode of Yashahime. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider hitting that thumb up button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It really means a lot to me. The channel's been growing a lot lately. We've hit, a little bit ago, we actually hit above 300 subscribers. I think I'm sitting at about 322 at time of this recording, which is beyond incredible. Huge shout out again to my good friend Axel Beats for giving me a bunch of shout outs, and I'm sure a lot of you came from his channel, and really from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's cool to be in this community that loves this franchise so much. And hopefully I could bring more content for you guys, and more content more often for you. If you really, really like what I'm doing here, maybe consider supporting me on Patreon. I'll have a link to that down below. Of course, not mandatory or required at all. But yeah, please subscribe if you can. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Tell me that Pokemon whose name I couldn't remember, by the way. But yeah, at the very least, thank you so much for watching. My name is Miasma, and I'll see you next time.